Hey everyone, today we're counting down our picks for the best open-world driving games that you should check out, and without further ado, let's dive right in. Farming Simulator 25. First things first, this list is about open-world driving games, not open-world racing games, alright? That means no Forza, Need for Speed, or The Crew here. In this list, you'll find taxi games, bus games, truck games, and even action games where you'll be driving a lot. And don't worry, I'll make a separate video for open-world racing games after this one. Anyway, this is the sequel to Farming Simulator 22, which is a great game if you love an open-world farming game where you drive massive machinery. CityDriver. Now, this is one of the actual driving simulator games for those of you who are interested in a game that focuses on just driving around in a city. In this game, you will have realistic streets, some missions and challenges that'll test your driving skills. Plus, with detailed car interiors and exteriors, it'll make you feel like you're actually behind the wheel. And hey, if that's not enough, you can dive into the Steam Workshop for mods to pimp your ride. However, I must tell you that some people experience bugs, so keep that in mind. Alaskan road truckers. Now, I know some of you hardcore ETS2 and ATS fans will say that there is no truck games better than those two, but I must say that this one is not trying to compete with them. This one is about you pretending to be a rugged Alaskan truck driver who needs to deliver stuff through the Alaskan wilderness, whether it's sunny or snowy. Talk about being masculine, right? And yeah, I get it, it's not the best trucking game out there, obviously, but it offers something different. So yeah, maybe check this one out. Tourist Bus Simulator. In this game, you must pick up tourists, stick to your designated destinations, and enjoy the diverse driving experience as you take the wheel of various bus models from renowned companies. However, you must also manage your finances, create new routes, hire drivers, and ensure your fleet stays in top shape through vehicle maintenance. So, while driving is central to the experience, managing your bus empire is equally crucial. And you know what? The open world in this game is based on the actual popular holiday island Fuerteventura, located west of Africa, albeit only in 1:5 scale. Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. This driving sim is essentially like the taxi side missions in GTA games, but taken to the next level. Plus, there are special missions that spice things up, like racing against the clock or providing impeccable chauffeur service to snobby passengers. In short, it's about mastering the art of customer service and running a taxi business in the game's 1:1 scale reproduction of a large part of Barcelona. Yes, you heard that right, it's 1:1 scale. So, if you're planning to be a taxi driver in Barcelona because you can't get a job anywhere else, check this one out first.
Thanks, have a nice day.
Truck and Logistics Simulator. Again, for those of you expecting a game on the same level as ETS2 or ATS, just don't. We've already accepted the fact that those games are on another level, okay? This one, however, is an open-world driving game where your main job is to deliver logistics using various types of specialized vehicles, from the simplest pickup trucks to the weirdest bulldozers. And yes, there are forklifts in this game, so you can brag to your friends that you're a certified forklift driver, assuming you have friends, of course. So definitely check this one out if it's on sale.
Please, officer!
Police Simulator. Patrol Officers. Now, this one is actually a police simulator game, not necessarily an open-world driving game. But should you choose to patrol using a police cruiser, then this game suddenly becomes an open-world driving game technically. The driving physics aren't the greatest, obviously, but that's not what the game is about. In this game, you get to drive around pretending you have some kind of authority over some virtual people. And hey, maybe now you can flirt with virtual girls who are into guys in uniform. So if you suffer from a power complex, try this one. The bus. In this game, you will pretend to be a bus driver navigating through the hustle and bustle of Berlin's roads, selling passengers tickets for their journey. And let me tell you, Berlin is meticulously recreated at a 1-to-1 scale, complete with its iconic landmarks. Not only that, with all the freedom this game offers, you can customize your fleets and explore the beautiful city at your own pace. And as you can see, the graphics are one of the biggest selling points of this game. Seriously, driving at night in the rain can't get any better than this. Construction Simulator. Now, if you have a childhood dream of operating heavy construction machinery, then this game probably could satisfy that long-forgotten itch. Seriously, the title says it all. This one lets you operate various types of vehicles used in actual construction sites. You will dig grounds, transport dirt, deliver materials, and many other construction tasks. However, I must tell you that the experience you gain from playing this game can't be used to apply for a construction job, just like being good at games with dating elements doesn't make you great with girls in real life.
Party coming!
Mad Max. Alright, before you hit that dislike button, just hear me out for a second. I get it, Mad Max isn't a traditional driving game or purely vehicle-focused, but driving through its post-apocalyptic chaos is a core part of the experience. The game's world is wild and rugged, and navigating it with your customized vehicle is as thrilling as it gets. So, if you're into open-world driving but also want a game with a gripping story and intense combat, Mad Max is definitely worth a look. It's a unique mix of high-octane driving and immersive gameplay you shouldn't miss.
Ornament! One more thing, 14FC. Welcome to Cloudpunk.
Cloudpunk. Now, this one isn't technically a driving game, but if you're into games where you drive, or in this case fly, from place to place, then this one fits the bill. In this game, cruising through the neon-lit streets of the city is surprisingly enjoyable, mostly because the world is so unique and captivating. Sure, there are a lot of fetch quests, but each delivery has its own story, and that's where the game really shines. So if you're in the mood for a chill game where you drive through an open-world cyberpunk city, give this one a try. Bus Simulator 21. Some of you might be wondering, what kind of people play these driving games? Aren't people more into AAA racing games like Forza or Need for Speed? Well, some people with busy lives are the main audience of these relaxing driving sims. They're not here to feel the thrill of driving supercars and doing insane stunts. No, they're here to relax. Seriously, some of you will get why the market for pure driving games exists when you're older. Anyway, if you want to ease your mind after a long day at work, this game could be the answer. American Truck Simulator. Technically, this game is similar to Euro Truck Simulator 2. However, while Europe might sometimes feel like a commute, America feels like freedom, like you're on a grand adventure. And it's not just the famous sights, it's the everyday stuff. Diners, gas stations, highways, and more. And despite the simulator label, the game's far from boring. Sure, you can drive responsibly, but you can also cause chaos if you want, blocking traffic, racking up fines, and performing ridiculous maneuvers. It's all part of the fun. It's a simulation of trucking and business, but also a role-playing game in a way. Lake. In this game, you drive around a beautiful small town, delivering mail and parcels, which lets you experience what it's like to be a courier living a chill life. It's the kind of game that lets you unwind while still offering engaging storylines that are both charming and heartwarming. Plus, the voice acting is solid, which brings the characters to life, and the graphics are beautifully done, making Providence Oaks feel like a place you'd want to visit in real life. So, if you need to relax, try this one. Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, this is the go-to trucking game according to the community. In this game, trucks handle realistically with different brake systems and manual gear shifting, adding depth to the driving experience. You'll also navigate narrow streets, adhere to speed limits, and manage fuel economy, all while hauling heavy loads across vast distances. Moreover, flashing your lights at oncoming traffic prompts them to flash back, and you'll even need to pull over for mandatory rest breaks every few hours. However, this one is a full-blown sim, so definitely don't get it if you're just looking for a casual driving experience. The Long Drive. This is one of those games that's so weird you can't help but get hooked, even though you have no idea why. It's honestly a super basic game, just driving in a randomly generated desert with no real goal or major objectives, but somehow, it just clicks. So, if you're the type of person who loves road trips, this game probably scratches that itch. It's not about the destination, it's just about getting in the car and driving off into the unknown. No agenda, no rush, just seeing where the road takes you, and that's kind of the point.
You better gear up or you may not survive the trip, which would make my life easier, so.
Pacific Drive. This game is as niche as it gets, but man, it's got something special. If you've ever been into games like The Long Dark, you'll get the appeal of diving into something strange, mysterious, and heavy on survival. In short, this one isn't your traditional driving game. It's more of a survival game with building your car as one of the main gameplay mechanics. You'll drive around to scavenge things so you can upgrade your wagon and survive the whole weird alien thing. Out of all the games in this list, this one is the weirdest, I would say.
I'm marginally impressed.
Driver, San Francisco. When people think of open-world driving games, this is one of the first that comes to mind, so naturally, I put it here. In short, this was one of the most legendary games back when the PS3 was the king of consoles. And how do I describe this game? Well, it's an action-adventure driving game, and although that might sound weird, trust me, you'll understand when you play it. Anyway, this game is now delisted from Steam, but it's still possible to get it using some unconventional methods. If you know, you know.
Hello?
Motortown, Behind the Wheel. Now, this is one of the true open-world driving games on this list. Specifically, it's a cartoony vehicle simulation game where you can drive various vehicles in an open-world setting and do various missions. And don't let the low-poly cartoonish graphics throw you off. Underneath that charming exterior, the driving physics are surprisingly solid. Plus, the game is packed with a variety of structured jobs that offer more depth than just random one-off missions. So if you're into fun driving games where you take on different driving gigs, definitely check this one out. Expeditions, a MudRunner game. Unlike its cousins, which focus on hauling heavy loads through muddy trails, Expeditions takes you into untouched wilderness. You'll explore rocky deserts, dense forests, and muddy rivers in locations such as Colorado, Arizona, and the Carpathian Mountains. The missions in this game are unique too. Instead of transporting concrete slabs or lumber, you'll be engaged in research and exploration tasks. You might find yourself transporting seismic equipment, locating an old aircraft wreck, or even hunting for dinosaur fossils. But don't expect SnowRunner-style gameplay. This one leans more into exploration than cargo delivery. SnowRunner. This game is about driving through extreme terrains in a challenging open world. It's tough, but if you're patient, bring the right gear, manage your fuel, and pick the smartest routes, you'll crush it. You've also got all sorts of cargo to haul and missions to complete, from rebuilding bridges to delivering supplies and rescuing stranded trucks, and you can play in 4-player co-op from start to finish. Some missions are clearly meant for teamwork, so having your friends along will make things way more fun, if you actually have any friends, that is. BeamNG.drive with mods. This game has come a long way from its origins as a funny car wreck simulator. Now, people use it to experience realistic car physics from the comfort of their rooms and gaming chairs. The game also includes some open-world maps you can roam from the get-go, but the real strength of this game, though, comes from its countless community-made maps and mods. However, I must tell you that this is more of a sandbox vehicle game for simply driving around and doing stupid things. So, if you love doing missions or objectives, this isn't the game. Cyberpunk 2077. Now I get it, you might never think of this game as an open-world driving game, but hear me out for a sec, will ya? Okay, as you can see, the world of Cyberpunk 2077 is huge and beautiful, and there are futuristic cars that you'll use to drive around. And with such a massive open world and tons of missions, you'll naturally be driving a lot in this game. Granted, the driving isn't the best, especially with some cars. However, you should look up the realistic vehicle mods for this game, cause you'll be amazed. Grand Theft Auto 5. As we already know, the open world of GTA 5 is massive and actually pretty good for people who want to free roam in various vehicles. And you know what? Forget about free roam. Just playing this game normally will also require you to drive a lot from place to place. It's just the way GTA games are. And if you install the ultra-realistic graphics mods and the realistic vehicle mods, you can pretend you're driving supercars and expensive SUVs you can't afford in real life while you're actually just sitting in front of a screen in your room. Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, I'm not trolling with this one. Please hear me out a sec before you click off from this video, alright? This list is about open world driving games, and driving isn't just about steering a modern car, right? Technically, steering a stagecoach or a wagon is also called driving, so yeah, this game belongs on this list. It's a fact, and you can't convince me otherwise. Now, as you can see for yourself, the world in this game is just too beautiful not to be explored in a relaxing manner, so allow yourself to experience it. So do you agree with our picks? Check out these other videos from us and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.